Hey KB, thank you for stopping in. I am gonna run this ad before we get any further on in the stream, and I'm also getting my ducks in a row. But I'll go live in about 5 minutes here. Thank you so much for popping in. we might as well get started proper now. Thank you for popping by. My name is Shara, and welcome to the stream. We are going to be continuing the adventures of my little Popoto. As a warning, as I often do, I did take some special gummies, so the further this stream goes along, the more silly I'm going to be. Excuse me, I just barely got home and bolted supper. Oh yeah, I forgot I have my little Cornish hen of a chocobo. But yes, this is my potato. Neurocon, thank you so much for popping in, rather. Yeah, this is my potato. Her name is Keldred. Or not, I'm sorry. My other potato is Keldred. This potato is Momo. Her full name is Momo Jigaimo, because that means potato. But yeah, I have been slowly going through the main story of 14 from the beginning with a fresh new character to sort of show it off for friends who either don't have or don't want to play the game. How's the volume, by the way? A few people, but my main dragon lady named Leona. That's really nice. The only character I have consistently played is Keldred, who's the first character I ever made. She's another potato. And, yeah, I've been playing this game for over a decade, I believe. Because I first got it when I first moved down here to where I live now. Ah, I see you. Excuse me, Ziz. You don't see me. Okay, first let's stuff my face. My girlfriend got me into it. She's been playing for many years. 14 is honestly one of my favorite games. Okay, that's just rude. I really love Dragoon. Was my first class and is still probably my favorite class. Though I do also like Dancer, Black Mage, and a few others. I'm more of a DPS, not really much of a healer or a tank. I'm decent at those at low levels, but anything that gets like any higher than maybe level 30, and I start panicking. Kit, on the other hand, is an excellent healer. His character Aster, I started playing the game because of him back in the day, and with my potato, he calls my Keldred, my other potato, his pocket Dragoon. Hello. So we're unlocking the Hockey Manor dungeon, rather. Greetings, adventurer. Is there aught I might assist you with? Ravaged corpse. The body of this poor soul has been defiled in more ways than one. I just unlocked Dancer before I lost my playtime. My main is a scholar because it's my girlfriend's main, so she helps me with getting used to the moves. That's entirely valid, too. Gods be good. Not again. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. Identical deaths have been reported in the central shroud. While the masked stranger you seek does not seem to have to feature in any, sightings of the winged eyeball are common enough. The creature appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end, none can say. The victims have all been young women. All are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It's been difficult to identify them so as to notify their next of... This button engraved with a lily motif. The very same object was found upon another victim. A family sigil, or that of an organization, perhaps? Either way, I dare to hope that this find will prove pivotal in solving the murders. map speed went up. Secret of the White Lily. Ethel Meyer wants you to hold on to the button. I would have you hold on to the lily button. You will need it to continue your investigation. While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. If I may make a suggestion, you might wish to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Mione. Perhaps someone in her vast network of contacts can shed light upon its sigil. Oh, did a new mission just pop up over there? Either way. I already did a lot of the missions in this area. And I'm technically significantly over-leveled as is because I spent too much time doing side missions. So... Alright. Oh, I know this. It's the opening to Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is definitely one of my favorite anime of all time. Wind up Kubia is this person's name. Bless. Also, give me a sec. This person's dress. Oh, that dress is so cute. What is this? Gown of Light. That's so cute. Okay. Good for them. Okay. If there's a performance, I can't help but pop by and at least wait partway through. I sent what Leona looks like. Let me take a quick look. Aw, a pretty gal. A pretty dragon. I have a few minor other player characters I made for the hell of it, but I don't really divide my time between very many of them. And one of them was a dragon, or Alra. A sight to behold. Now Gamdula wishes the patrons of the Carline Canopy would keep a closer eye on their belongings. Oh, this is the mission to unlock sightseeing stuff. As if I'm not busy enough without playing Lost and Found. Oh, do forgive me, friend. Once again, one of our customers has departed without her belongings, and I'm at a loss for what to do about it. While I understand that adventurers have many cares on their minds, it would make my life that much easier if they could keep their personal effects in order. But you didn't come here to lend an ear to my grumblings. This is the book in question. The face of its owner was unfamiliar to me, but Earl over there seems quite smitten with her, as with every pretty young lass he lays his eyes on, but that's neither here nor there. Might I trouble you to inquire as to the girl's whereabouts? I found the man to be less than forthcoming ever since I spurned his advances. Well, I am an ace Lullafell, so he shouldn't hit on me. Ah, the sweet little thing with the journal? Of course I remember her, and remember her well. Had a smile to warm the heart, and a laugh, a lilt, one might say, to tickle the depths of the soul, and she was most eager to hear tales of my many travels, which speaks to a keen and sensitive mind. Jilly, I believe was her name? No, that's not right. Jilly was the redhead from last week. Ah, damned if I can remember. You must understand, no small number of comely lasses seek out my company. I dare say keeping all the names and faces straight is an adventure in itself. Any road, the girl spoke of paying a visit to Upkalu Falls before traveling on. Like as not, you'll find her there now, shedding a tear or two at our parting. Do pass along my regards if you see her. She should be readily recognizable in that charming straw hat of hers. We're gonna have to go in that general direction to talk with the next person in the main quest anyway, so that was fortunate. Good morning to you, Momo. By your grim expression, I suspect you aren't here for scones and herb tea. Lily button. A lily sigil is carved into this tiny ivory button. Well, isn't this a lovely little button? The engraving is quite exquisite. Artisanal level quality, I would say. Where did you say you found this? On a dead body. Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize the lily sigil. You'll have to find the answer the old-fashioned way, by asking around. You could do worse than beginning with Bernadette over by the Etherite Plaza. She's a sharp pair of eyes, that one. Folks are advertising free company stuff, like performances and whatnot in the chat. Bless them. Need help tracking down the owner of the button? That's certainly not a request I receive on the regular basis. Well, go on then. Show me what you have. Seems to be some manner of decorative button reminiscent of those worn by the families of old, though I cannot claim to know its sigil. However, I can say with certainty that the white lily is a recurring theme in Gridanian culture. Alas, I don't know who would make a personal sigil of it. If there's a soul in Gridani who does, that would be Singulud over at the Lancers Guild. The woman makes a point of knowing all the citizens on a four-name basis. Teleport time! Bernadette believes that I can help you. Well, that is a rather bold assumption to make. I'll try to assist, never you fear, but whether aught comes of it is another matter. Now then, what do you require of me? Oops. Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Gridanians. The owner of this button is most certainly well-to-do. You may wish to take your search to the Gentry's ward, northwest of here. Wait. A memory comes to me. Of late, there has been a man who is perpetually seated in the bench by the ward's entrance. His name is Ursendel, and I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon the breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it. And in that same general vicinity is the other quest. If you're still around at the end of stream, I'll show you my other potato. I only have a photo of one more. I didn't take any of the others. That's fair. Aw, your monk is a cute kitty. I do like Mikote. I love designs. Excuse me. I ate right after I got home from work, but my throat is still a little funky. Oh? Well now, that we should meet yet again, and just as I was given another vial of Fantasia for my minstrel friend. It's clearly fate's design that you should have it, so do take it with you, Kupo. Alright. Let's see, do I have these in my saddlebag? I do. Not that I have any plans to use a Fantasia, to be frank. I'm sorry, my potato is she is flawless. You have accomplished enough feats to keep the bard singing for a lifetime, lass. Such achievements shouldn't go unrecognized, and to that end, I'd like you to have this. Consider it a token of my highest esteem. You accrued... okay. Exchange... Ooh, what's this? Oh, it's a forehead ribbon. Accessories? Weapons? Others? Oh, hey! Oh, some of these are new. These are things, the more achievements you get, the more points you get, the more you can turn them in for various things. Ooh, wild rose boarding. Margitech. Okay. The others I can get later. The Magitech Deathclaw is mandatory. You will understand why. So the description of this is a thin rectangular piece of what appears to be cermet. Placing it near your Magitech Deathclaw will magically bring the machine to life. The Magitech Deathclaw is one of my literal favorite mounts. Magitech Deathclaw. Ancient Allegan weaponry, known as an Iron Claw, is believed to be the inspiration for this deadly example of Imperial ingenuity. While most of the Deathclaws deployed in battle are used for logistical purposes, this particular model has been customized by stationary units for enemy capture. Next time we leave here, I will use it and show you why. Pardon, I don't believe we've met. You've something of mine, you say? Within its brittle pages are detailed sketchings of landscapes and vistas numbering in the hundreds. My journal! Thank the 12! In my haste to escape the clutches of that insufferable muttonmonger, it slipped my mind entirely. Might I be so bold as to ask your name? You have my gratitude, Momo. It might not look like much, but I count this humble diary among my most prized possessions. Its pages brim with tales of the most heart-stirring sights to be seen in our realm, as told to me by the sensitive souls I have met in my travels across Eorzea. Tales that have struck me with the most incurable case of wanderlust. As an adventurer, you too have seen the realm, I am sure. But I would ask you, Momo, have you truly seen her? Borne witness to the Eorzea and her myriads of splendor? Have you stood on the palm-fringed beaches of Costa del Sol just as the sun peeks out over the horizon, its rays kissing the sands beneath your feet? Have you lost yourself in the night sky of the Segoli, adrift amongst the boundless sea of stars? Ah, but why do I even try to convey that with words which must be seen to be appreciated? To our fortune, whithersoever we may wander, Eorzea's beauty is but a stone's throw away. If I may quote from my journal, yes, this is the one. Afore the fane, beneath the two that are as one, her divine cup runneth over with a light ethereal. Such were the conjurer's words, and I would see as she saw. I saw for myself before coming here, and I can assure you the conjurer spoke true. Indulge me. Go there and look out upon the beauty before you. I would hear your thoughts. I'm going to take a second to get a little further on the main quest before I run over here, because it's near the Conjurer's Guild. I do not believe we are acquainted. Pray leave me to my thoughts. The sigil of the D'Artancourt's family. How is it that you came to be in possession of this button? From the body of a murdered woman? Her face, was it marred in any way? I had feared as much. I made it! Did we pet a dragon yet? Not yet, but don't worry. That's coming. I shall reveal to you the truth of the deaths, but on one condition. You must promise to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. This is legitimately one of my favorite dungeons that we're about to unlock. Skeletons in her closet. Ursendel has a confession to make regarding the mysterious murders. I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Gridania, the D'Artancourts. During that time, I had the honor of waiting upon Lady Amandine, mistress of the household. Fair as summer was she, and possessed of a heart befitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may well have been a kinder fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were removed, and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. At that moment, the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. I'm. Is it mean of me to say that if you survived and are still rich and like able to take care of yourself and others, that turning evil because because you're disfigured means that you were never a good person to begin with? Or is that too mean of me to say? Maybe that's mean. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons, until one day, without warning, she began receiving queer guests. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men, but my lady believed that they would help her regain that which she lost. So began the rites of rejuvenation. These rituals seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as time went by. Eventually, there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaids to the bed and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice it to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of the body. I performed the dreadful task as bade, obedient servant that I was, but when the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then that I couldn't go back to the place, nor after the nightmare I had witnessed. So it was I left Hawkey Manor, my home for nigh on half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amandine had been. Yet one cannot weep forever, and I endeavoured to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I had resolved never to speak of my experience, until you appeared before me. I'm sorry, Acer. There's not going to be a ton of whimsy, at least for this first little bit. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you swore to me you would. She awaits you at Hawkey Manor on the west edge of the central shroud. Go now, and do what must be done. I nailed it. Yeah, I'm a fundamental believer that who you are in times of suffering is, in part, shows the core of who you are. And maybe that part of that's unfair, because people who are fighting for their lives can do things that they would never otherwise do. But this is not that situation. This is I understand that it's devastating to be disfigured, especially if you're like a high-class person, and to wish that there was something you could do. But literally, you could just get a mask. Like, the Wood Whalers, it is tradition for a lot of people in Gridania to wear masks. It's as simple as that. Now, this is also obviously clearly inspired by, what's her face? Crap, I can't remember her name. Give me a sec. I gotta Google it. Ah, yeah, Elizabeth Bathory. Like the real life lady that folks think murdered a bunch of her servants. Sing my angel of music. There is some research that says that Elizabeth Bathory may have, like, that the whole thing might have been an attempt to reduce her power, because she was a woman with a great deal of power during a time period where people didn't like that. Specifically, she was a woman. And there is some historical documents that do indicate that she may have been running an abortion clinic of sorts rather than torturing servants, but there is not enough definitive evidence to say otherwise. So right now, the prevalent opinion is still that she murdered a ton of people. It's kind of like was it Gilles de Rais? One of What's-Her-Face's allies, Joan of Arc, that was a proven serial killer. Specifically of children. This is not a great deal of whimsy, and for that I do apologize. Oops, that was the wrong spot. Was it here? Seek out a place for the Fane. Okay, so This is just before we enter. And I use the lookout emote. You've looked upon... So, this, what I just unlocked, or I'm about to unlock, there's a lot of areas, at least in A Realm Reborn, where you can do, like, go to a certain location, sometimes with certain weather or certain times of day, and use the lookout emote. And it will sort of record a vista in your sightseeing journal that I'm pretty sure you can later on turn into paintings or something, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it was something like that. This kind of sounds like Delphine Lalaurie, but that is more recent. Oh yeah, Lalaurie, I'd forgotten about her. But no, I think I was thinking of, Countess Battery. Welcome back, Momo. I trust you are as moved by the sight as I was. The great stone that adorns the entrance to Stillglade Fane is none other than the sky serpent's egg, cast down from the heavens by Nofaka the matron so long ago. And those mammoth tree trunks, remnants, no doubt, of a primeval forest. Whence did they come? Why did the two great arbors grow as one? This I do not know, but what I do know is that the realm is replete with such beauty if only we knew where to look. This is what compels me to wander, not the promise of power, glory, or riches, but what a burning desire to bear witness to all the wonders around us, as wrought by gods and man alike. Although we have just met, the twinkle in your eye tells me that we share certain aesthetic sensitivities. It would be my pleasure to gift you with a sightseeing log of your own. In its pages, you will find my record of the most stirring sights in the realm, both those I have seen with my own eyes and those I have, thus far at least, only heard of in my travels. No doubt that your adventures keep you occupied, but is this not all the more reason to take in the sights as you travel, that both mind and body may enjoy a moment's respite from time to time? And who can say? Perhaps you will discover glorious new vistas that have eluded even me. With that, I wish you safe travels, Momo. While you have seen all there is to see, pray return to me. I would like nothing more than to share impressions with a fellow sensitive soul. I've never actually completed the sightseeing log on any of my characters, because, it's kind of subtle is the thing. Let me pull it up. Like, the hints are pretty minor. For example, this is one of them. Under the azure, I gaze down upon the warships 3, their billowing sails of crimson leaving no doubt as to who truly rules the seas. Such were the merchant's words, and I would see it as he saw. Now, that could be a lot of places. It sounds like Limsa Lominsa, but it could also be pretty much anywhere in La Noscia. She dealt with, not really abortion, but harlequin babies. Do not Google this. Uh-oh. But she probably also killed her servants. I don't know. Another female power, medical power too. Yeah, it truly is difficult to know, as far as history is concerned, what was made up and what was real. Goodness knows that humans have never been particularly, good or meticulous at record keeping. Oh, let me show you why the claw is my favorite. It just sort of holds your character like they're scruffed. It does this even with large characters, like like Rogadins, but they're usually like by the back of their shirts and whatnot. So yeah, this is one of my all-time favorite mounts. Alright, let's go say hi to Hockey Manor. So, fun fact, back in the day, glamours were a great deal more difficult to get. Like what my character's wearing right now, at least part of it's a glamour. So, which means that if you wanted your outfit to look like something, you had to keep that other item in your inventory. Me, Kit, and a couple others, when our free company was more active, would do this thing we called, what was it called? Dungeon Fungeon, that was it. So we would wear whatever clothing oh shit. Stripper. No, I'm not gonna talk to you, sir. I don't like marble type dudes. No, I don't like you either, Death Gaze. Anyway, we would, do a dungeon, in like level 1 gear just because it looks nice. And see how far I could get without getting wrecked. And Hockey Manor was one of our favorites for this. It's very pretty. Yeah, I am like its kitten. I'm just scruffed. A wild Marlboro suddenly appeared. I hate Marlboros. Bastards with all their side effects. It's like a cigarette, get it? Yay, Hockey Manor! I am going to do this with NPCs because this lets me do it at my own pace. NPCs! This is a relatively new addition to the game. The ability to do these new dungeons with regular NPCs. And their AI is actually pretty good. You'll have to let me know how the volume is, by the way. If the game isn't loud enough, I'm more than happy to turn it up a little bit. The Hockey Manor is also used a little bit for Halloween events in-game and whatnot. Alright, let's have a snack. So fun fact, you can actually make versions of some of these items, like this couch, and the other furnishings from this manor. Sometimes when you're doing stuff in this dungeon, it will drop certain items, and if you have a crafting skill, you can craft them into items that you can use to decorate your own house or apartment or whatnot. You see, the bathroom has gone full Demon Crest. Music? Oh, music you meant. I haven't done... Hey, Frost Kamikaze, thank you for popping in. Hope you're having a good night. I'm just having a nice, quiet night with my potato. I hope you're having a good one. I hope everyone at least got a snack or supper before popping into stream. It's getting kind of late. Oh, you bitch bagel. Come on, fellas. We gotta do a little murder. Carpet stain! Isn't it manor maid servant? Thank you so much for popping in. I will endeavor to make this... it's going to be relatively low-key. This morning in advance, I only just took stuff, but I am going to be more elevated as the night goes on, if you know what I mean. So, I hope that doesn't make anyone uncomfortable. They're good and healthy and can be... healthy and... I can be, if awake, and eat them without having to battle my cats. Oh, that's valid. Because if Mrs. Snugs or Mr. Mids knew there were snacks, they would want in. But yeah, Frost, welcome to one of my favorite dungeons. This is Hockey Manor. I haven't done the original version of Hockey Manor, like, because at least in base A Realm of Blood, there's usually a regular version of a dungeon, and then a more difficult version of the dungeon that you can return to later. It's the same physical location, but with, like, different enemies and different mechanics. And on roulettes and stuff, when I play, I almost always, you get a randomized selection of whatever dungeons you've unlocked. And I almost never get regular Hockey Manor. I usually get the upgraded version. Alright, bitches. The end has come for y'all. Oh, guys, why did you... I done hacked up. Alright, ma'am. You gotta get wrecked. I will not be putting up with this. Oh, she's pretty squishy, too. I think I remember some of the mechanics for this. I don't think there are a ton. Ah, yes. Carpet stains, bats in the attic, and freaking demons. Yes. Let's see. Okay, nothing else to collect in here. Let's go check the other things. Isn't there a key in here somewhere? Guess not. Key! Get wrecked! Fun fact, you can actually turn into these guys, in the, what's it called? There's a special type of dungeon you can do with friends or by yourself where you start from level 1 and work up all the way up from there. Maybe I can do a quick round of it at the end of this stream, if I have the energy and time. You get little, I forget what they're called, but basically little orbs on each floor that you can use that gives you a buff of some kind for the duration of that floor. Like shield, magic, like there's an orb that makes sure you get treasure on the next level. There's some that like up your defense and whatnot. And there's also one that temporarily, for like I think a minute, turns your character into one of those succubuses. And you can attack with fireballs. I actually... Let me see if I can find it. I hope I can find it. Kit... Before Kit was branded as Kit the Fox, and I hope he kept it on his channel. One of his clips was of us goofing around in that in the like millisecond before. Ooh, fine wax. This is the item that you can turn into crafting stuff. But yeah, actually, we have plenty of time. We have 82 minutes to finish this dungeon if it took us that long. I want to see if Kit still has that on his Twitch. If not, I'm gonna be very sad.
And then you can scroll the wheel to change the expression.
No, I didn't want to turn that on. No, I don't want to see all, Sorry for the delay. I wanted to find it to share, but it's possible that it's no longer available because I think Kit got rid of like basically everything on his Twitch when he rebranded from his old username to Kit the Fox. Goodness, Twitch is not cooperating. My apologies, guys. I don't mean to get distracted with this in the middle of a stream, but because it is directly relevant, I wanted to find it. I'm gonna ping Kit. Alright, well, I asked him. He'll get back to me or he won't. In the meantime, I have done enough dicking around. Because it's not on my Twitch. I didn't stream back then. This was like 6-ish years ago. Actually, what am I doing? You go after the mage first, dum-dum. Ma'am. Okay. Yep. Exactly what I was looking for. Tiny key. But the thing I'm specifically looking for, if it's still available, if we can find it, is basically the effect is supposed to wear off when you go from one level to another. I had the succubus thing, and I had it, and then we went to another level, and I was still the succubus. So I was like triumphantly like, I'm still tall! And then in the next millisecond, the effect wore off. And I just went, aww! And Kit cracked up. If Kit can find it, or if it's available to be found, I will link it to y'all. Oh, we got mold. Hey sir, guess what's in the room of each house? The flag? I'm lying, it's mold. Okay. I think this goes downstairs, don't it? Nope. Oh, it's a wine... Not a cellar, because it's on... Oh, it's a storeroom. A pantry. Ooh, necklace. Not any good than what I... Actually, it's not the exact same thing I already have, because if it were, it wouldn't have let me pick it up. But it's similar. Alright, so the ivory door. Any door that has a named item, like ivory, rose, whatnot, in order to get the associated key, I I gotta fight a boss! Manor Claviger. I think let's not waste any time with this one. If I remember, a Claviger it's a special type of servant. Surprising no one. See, this is the way you can tell this is an early dungeon. I just use Leg Sweep, which is an ability that on like low-level enemies will stun them and interrupt their action. That is not possible with later bosses later on. That said, the designs are pretty. Typical succubus stuff, though. I'm pretty sure in this battle, in the upgraded version of Hockey Manor, there's like a bunch more actual mechanics. Like, oh, I don't remember off the top of my head. Key that goes to the ivy. And this door is now open, so we can just cut through if need be. Okay, yes, I was right. There are 2 doors. But we gotta go this way. I could just jump down there, nope, but I don't want to deal with that. Cellarage. Oh look, a key. Corpse Fly and Manor Servitor. So we can kind of assume that, basically all the servants in the manor are dead, turned into beasties. Our man, the butler who got out on time, was probably one of the only ones who survived. Carnation door, which means we're gonna have to get what is probably a red key? Maybe a yellow key. Which means another boss. Do either of these? Yeah, I think they both go around. Scary skeletons. Is there a key in here? Yes. Oh, so for example, search recipes using this material. Hockey, high back chair, wardrobe, bookshelf, table, music stool, music stand, flower stand, manor desk, manor fireplace, candelabra, gargoyle sculpture, manor stool, manor sofa, manor couch. So all of this stuff, if you get enough of that fine wax, and mind you, only I think 1 or 2 drops per run of the dungeon, you can make like a ton of the stuff that looks like it's from this place. It's neat. And this is the case for a bunch of other dungeons as well in general. Though this is one of the very few dungeons that visits a house, and so is particularly well suited for making indoor furnishings. Oh, that's... How is this a manor bandana? Well, I mean, it is a bandana, just why is that called... Why is that associated with the manor? It looks like ruffian garb. Alright, we have an ad coming in about 5 minutes here. If we end up getting to a minor boss during the ad break, I'll hold off. But we've still got 2 more mini bosses, I think. Or maybe just 1 before we get to the final boss of the dungeon. And they're not really anything to write home about. Y'all need a keychain. Ooh, Kit, so he had deleted it from his channel, but he found the thingamajiggy. Wait, I was going this way. I just fought baddies in here. More baddies in here. Thank you, Kit. Is it okay if I show it on stream? If I can finagle it to work? Do you remember when that was? It had to have been 6 or 7 years ago, doesn't it? It is pre-Kit, but I don't think it's different enough from your current content to be a problem, if that makes any sense. I don't think I even call you by name in that clip. Oh wait, gotta get the bitch basket first. Oi! Rude creature. Yeah, Kit, remember our Dungeon Fungeons? How hockey was one of our favorites? Because our characters could dress up in their fancy, level 1 garb that had no stats. So, I don't really understand why a mansion needs a dungeon, but you never know what crazy rich people go and do. Ooh, Manor Scale Mail. I mean, it's not bad looking. It very much looks like where this... It's appropriate for the setting, because scale mail is pretty typical for the wood whalers in Gridania, and we're in Gridania, or at least in the Shroud. However, I am going to apply my glamour as soon as I get back to Gridania, because this is a little ugly. Alright, ad's gonna start in like 20 seconds here, just so y'all know. I'm gonna continue going until I get to the main boss, even if it's during the ad break. My apologies in advance. But if I stopped for any battles, I'd be sitting here a while. By the way, this is your reminder that tomorrow night at 8 p.m. we are doing more Hauntiful Boyfriend. With me and, I gotta come up with a name, for a term for this crew. They're my New Horizons group. Wait, was that the name of our... We had a guild in our D&D campaign. And I actually don't remember... Was it New Horizons? I think it was. Oh yeah, I can just... Whoop! I can't go back the other way. But... And this is a nice, easy way of getting back to the Carnation Door. Which is yellow. Yellow key, rather. Alright, Mirror Steward and Manor Jester. You know, I don't remember... I think the Jester summons beasties. So I'm gonna focus down this guy. I'm not gonna kill him, because I think you have to kill them around the same time, or the steward goes nuts. But I am gonna soften him up. Oh yeah, he heals the... Or never mind, he's hurting my Marauder. My apologies. I thought he was targeting and healing his own dude, but that is not the case. I lied. I think that you gotta kill him around the same time might only apply to the more difficult version of this. I forget. So that was the Steward of Slip of Bloody Parchment. Ethereal Malachite Ring. Nope, not better than what I have. Enter the Ethereal Flow. Does this just bring me back to start? Yep. Now I have what I need to take care of this sealed barrier. Read from the bloodied parchment. And the barrier's worked. But... Thank you for putting up with that ad break. Oh. Hope it was worth it. Spoiler, it wasn't. Now, we could, and many people do, just go in here and fight her. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna finish exploring and getting what treasure chests are left on this floor. Servitor's Lantern. I like that. Attack Hound. I do hate the sad puppy noises. Y'all done fucked up a perfectly nice table. That treasure chest has the possibility of maybe dropping another item like fine wax, or just another piece of gear. See what we get. Unbreakable Knuckles. That's a weapon for a pugilist. Alright, let's go ahead and do the final boss. Run, potato, run! Yellow. Man, that lance hit her right in the belly button. Or at least right in the crotch, and that's not pleasant. What did you do? Oi. Gotta look away. So, remember how I think it was last stream, not that many people were there for it, I was talking about how Void Scent are basically demons. And, I think we gotta kill these guys real quick, because I think she eats them, her ads, to get HP if we don't. Unless I'm thinking of another enemy. Either way, ads are not fun, so. Alright, let's face this way so oh, you bitch. Aw, damn it. Seduce, I couldn't do any. Aw, tits. That is a tank stack, I think. not, I mean, that's a tank buster, I think is what I meant to say. Stop summoning your friends that you turned into monsters, bitch. I'm unimpressed by you. You clearly could never have been a good person in your regular life if you were willing to torture, maim, kill people for your own vanity. Sorry, not sorry. Oh. Oh, that's clever. And unless you turn around immediately, the petrifying eye gets you. Let's see. The weather in here is just darkness. Can you stop with the sentry, please? It's getting boring. Oops, I forgot. Terror. Frozen with fear and unable to execute actions or move. Bye, bitch, bye. Alright. One last treasure chest. Hello, folks. Heart Snatchers. Oh, those are knives. And I can use the Maiden's Lament orchestrion roll, music for my house, and a succubus card. Music for triple triad. Let me go ahead and extract some materia from this. There we go. And I'm on Z. Darkness has taken root within these halls, sprung from the most unlikely of seeds. One cannot help but admire the irrepressible spirit that quickened it to life. Organization 13 did it first. It is a pleasure to meet you at last, adventurer. You are every bit as intriguing as our master gave us to believe. It is no ordinary mortal who can acquire one crystal of light, much less 3. The crystals make you strong, and it is to that strength that the light is drawn. Heidelin chose well. So that's Ascian of the 12th staff and Ascian of the 12th sword. A pity that your existence is irreconcilable with our own. We cannot well allow you to continue upon your present course. Alas, we came here not to play, but to take a measure of your strength from Master La Habrea. That task now accomplished, we take our leave of you. Fare you well, bringer of light. I'm gonna go ahead, actually, give me a sec. I want to play that clip, because I think it's funny. Oh no, do you hear that? Okay, let me just... real quick. So this is a clip of that part of, it was on Kit's channel at the time. Give me just a sec. That's too distracting. Let's go ahead. Well, why don't I just make it bigger, and then the thingamajig will be better, maybe. Well, that backfired. Yep. I am so professional, guys.
Now tall time is over.
Oh, unable to execute command. Decimee. Once upon a time I was tall. Oh! I'm still tall! Oh!
You jinxed yourself!
I did! Anyway, I thought you might enjoy that. Oops, that's the wrong one to exit out of Shara. I meant this one. Boop. Alright. But yeah. I'm glad they're still going. With the Aerith's theme. Is this a medley? Oh no. Unless it's the Overland theme? You know, I honestly don't remember the names of it. Hey, sir, we killed your boss. It's okay, though. She killed a lot of people. Oh, wait, there's a real money trader. Let me report this. There we go. So people try to... I'm going the wrong way. People try to sell real gil for real life money in this game. That's pretty explicitly banned against OS or their rules. So whenever you see them, report them. You are returned. What sights awaited you within the manor? What has become of Lady Amandine? You must tell me. Nothing good, sir. So she went so far as to consort with devils. Would that I could have done more to prevent her fall. May she finally find peace in the beyond. I know not whether the masked man you encountered are the same pair that first led my lady astray, but it is plain that they are of the same vile brood. Should the chance ever present itself, promise me that you will visit upon them tenfold the woe that they have brought upon others. But who am I to speak of punishment? By my silence I allowed I know not how many young women to die in unspeakable circumstances. It matters not whence, wherefore, though through misplaced loyalty, cowardice, or both, I am an abettor to a gross crime. I will surrender myself to the authorities and accept whatever punishment they deem just. I can only pray that the gods will have mercy on my soul. Sir, do you have nothing to say about all your dead coworkers? I guess not. Oh, Kid, did you see they've got, they've got Aetheryte tokens now in this game, in the base game, that teleport you directly to Vesper Bay. So you have to do a few less runs from Horizon. Hey Sandra! Thanks for popping in. Hope you're having a good night. Tataru! Good morning, Momo. I trust your investigation is faring well. I'm sorry, Tataru, your face was hidden by the text box. I think it's Tataru, but I never know because the voice actors also don't know how to say it. What's up, guys? Yeah, to anyone who didn't get the vibe, Organization 13 over here are bad news. I so desperately want to redesign her outfit. If we just got rid of... Well, if we just put that bright pink elsewhere in her design, it would look 1,000 times better. But because it doesn't appear anywhere else in the design, it looks stupid! Or repeat the white somewhere in the design to balance it out. There's too many colors and too much going on for that to look good. Anyway, sorry. Welcome back, Momo. So glad I am to see you safely returned. Tell me, how fared you on your sojourn in the Twelveswood? I killed a bitch. 2 of La Habrea's minions? And they sought to measure your strength by their own admission. The devils taunt us. It is beyond doubt, then. The Ascians have begun to move in earnest. Would that we knew to what end. Yet I will not bemoan our plight. Thanks to your tireless efforts, we are at least aware of the encroaching darkness. Alas, we can only do so much. It is clear to me now that we Scions are too few to protect the realm against this threat unaided. We must needs alert the 3 nations to the presence of this elusive enemy, and recommend that they heighten their vigil. There is no shortage of misery in the world that the Ascians might exploit. We have an arduous struggle ahead of us. Yet, come what may, we must not allow ourselves to become lost to hope, for that is precisely what the enemy desires. We've gleaned all that we can from the information available to us. Let us set this investigation aside for the present. Another matter that has arisen requires your attention. Let me know when you are ready to be briefed, and I will summon the others. And I got a weapon, a level 28 weapon, which I think is worse than what I currently have. I'm glad you're doing okay, Sandra. Let's see. That's a level 28. This is level 31. So yeah, let's just save this for a different class. Where was I putting these? Here. Wrath of the Titan. Minfilia is waiting to brief you and your fellow Scions on a new development. Fun fact, some of the stuff from this storyline comes back in ways you wouldn't expect later on.
The Maelstrom requests our assistance.
Concerning the kobolds they sent such copious notes on, I presume?
Yes. And no. It has more to do with their findings, which portend a peril far greater than any beast tribe.
What sort of peril?
The worst kind. A tribe of kobolds in the vicinity of Limsa Lominsa has reawakened Titan. Our task will be to slay the Primal. The Maelstrom have sworn support for the endeavor. They are no strangers to the havoc kobolds can wreak.
Years before the Grand Company's reformation, 2 primals, Leviathan and Titan, chanced to converge upon the sea wall, wreaking untold devastation. There, by the grace of the Navigator, were the mercenaries Merlvib hired able to fend them off. Yet it did not take long for the beast tribes to regroup, and they summoned their primals once more.
Thankfully, their second coming was decidedly short-lived, but that is beside the point. So long as tormented souls will them to exist, the realm will never be rid of primals.
The Maelstrom has kept a watchful eye upon the beast tribes, and the kobolds in particular, ever since. Which brings us to the matter at hand.
Unlike Ifrit, we know scarcely anything of Titan. Unfortunately, the only force known to have bested
Oh,
him,
no.
the modestly named Company of Heroes, disbanded 5 years since, and mercenaries are not in the habit of keeping chronicles.
Oh my god. I forget whether or not they cut down on this series of quests when they sort of smoothed out the main story quests. But I am so looking forward to this. Everybody else hates this storyline. It is one of my favorites.
Expect the worst. The Maelstrom's help is of course appreciated, but even if we had their whole armada at our disposal, we could still find ourselves overmatched. A pity the kobolds lack the gentle sensibilities of the sylphs. A peaceful resolution would be more than welcome. The echo will not avail you this time, I fear. If you are to survive, your steel must needs speak for you. No one would think you a coward were you to decline.
So you will accept? Thank you.
We can't very well send her to Limsa Lominsa without Y'shtola. Can we, Minfilia?
May I ask that of you, Y'shtola?
I never thought it in question.
Ever reliable. Very well. We will spare no effort to win victory.
Okay, seriously, even if this leather here on the harness matched this leather or the leather on her pants, which is more red, even that might be enough to save this outfit.
You may count on the full support of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and all not afield will aid the fight from afar. Thancred, Ida, go to the Grand Companies, tell them of our plight and solicit their support. Urianger, send word to the students of Baldessian, and Alfino if you would. Papalimo, compile all the information we have on Titan, little though it may be. You will be apprised of the tactical situation when you reach the Sailor's Ward. Provision yourself for the journey. May you walk in the light of the crystal.
Seriously, it's not repeated anywhere else in the design. You have to balance the colors. Dumbass outfit. What color are your shoes, ma'am? Do they match anything? I mean, yeah, I guess they match the rest of the leggings, but seriously. Oh wait, that color does appear one other place. It appears here. It should have appeared elsewhere down here in the outfit. You gotta match you gotta balance colors across an outfit in accent-wise. Like, even if it were just like some plates on her armor, like this, that still repeats the color enough that it's not an eyesore. See, I say that as though the Final Fantasy series is not infamous for its design. And especially if the designs by that one artist, and who, Yoshino? Gotta Google it. Ah, Yoshitaka Amano. Yeah. Like, those original, their designs from the very early game are so colorful and so mismatched and such a product of their time. It's fascinating. This is new. No matter one's past and transgressions, all who have seen the dream are welcome, even men such as we. I've heard offers such as these before, All were naught but more than bait for the hangman's noose. I mean, I'm gonna be real. There's a good chance you're dying if you're a scion, but that's because you're fighting the good fight. Looks like the antecedents found herself a good crop of aspiring heroes. I reckon Eorzea will be alright as long as these fine folks are around to help protect her. What are you doing up there, sir? This one has finally figured out— oh, it's you. This one has finally figured out a way to make walking ones be quiet. What does friendly one think? This one is very convincing, yes? Neuraxia, you're only— oh my god. They're like brightly patterned boxers or shorts. For those who weren't here last time, Neuraxia is actually a sylph wearing an illusion pretending to be human. Can you tell? Drawing something? Oh, that sounds fun, Sandra. I hope you enjoy yourself. I'm going to be drawing a good chunk of tomorrow. Yida is on her way to Gridania to request aid of the Order of the Twin Adder. In the meantime, Sorry, I got struck by a huge yawn out of nowhere. In the meantime, we must learn all that we can of the Primal Titan. Literature may yet yield us the odd morsel of useful information, but there's no surer way than to seek the former members of the Company of Heroes. Herbert, with this many people here, we need a culinarian of our own. We can't subsist on rations and preserved foodstuffs forever. I volunteer as tribute. Oh yeah, some of my stuff did need mending. You're involved. Momo, have you heard? I've been chosen to serve as Neuraxia's bodyguard. There have been increasing reports of Imperial activity in Thanalan, and so the antecedent insists that our guests be escorted whenever venturing outside. I know how hard you of all people work to endear us to the sylphs. I swear to you that I will guard our honored guests with my life and not allow your efforts to come to naught. Sweetheart. Congratulate the boy, Momo. Chosen by the antecedent as the sylph's bodyguard. What an honor. Of course, this means his dusty rags will no longer suffice. I say we get the boy a shiny new coat of silver armor, the kind the Sultan swore wear. We split the cost evenly and surprise him. Not bad, huh? So, we always see these three together. Abatia, Ollie, and Ehrenwald. The 3 A's. Guarding Neuraxia is a prestigious duty indeed. Ehrenwald is right to be excited. But he has never crossed swords with a Garlean before. I wonder what will happen if he is forced to confront his father's countrymen. So Ehrenwald here is, his mother was Alamigan. Alamiga was invaded and conquered by the Empire. How do you think a whole crop of children with single mothers come about after the invading army comes and goes? He has a lot of angst about it. If there's anything we can do to help, no matter how small, just ask. Broken carriage axle, cracked barrel, hell, it's even a leaky bucket. Say the word, we'll fix it. I don't want to believe that Master Garland is dead, but the chief wasn't the type to cut and run. He would have gone to Cardinal. He would have been there when Dalaman fell. Which means... Oops, was I finished? Yes. As the primals fall, so do our hearts soar. Though mine aid be but modest, I nevertheless am heartened in my duties. I am told you are one of our finest, Momo. I suspect we'll see more of each other in the future. Alright, now that I've spoken to all the new folks, periodically the people in this area will change. And I always make a point of speaking with them, because some characters will have new dialogue periodically. Okay, where was this? Near the Aft Castle. Hail, adventurer, and welcome to the Maelstrom Command. If you wish to know more about enlisting, speak with the personnel officer. Unless you are the guest we were told to expect? Aha. Forgive me, madam. To business, then. It is as we told the antecedent. The kobolds have once again summoned Titan. A little over a moon ago, we began observing the beastmen moving south in increasing numbers from Ogomoro. Our scouts subsequently confirmed the object of their aggression. Crystals. Fodder for their fell primal. Knew of him. Thank you, High Commander. You may leave the rest to me. Word has spread of your accomplishments, Mama. On behalf of Limsa, I thank you for heeding our call. Forgive the lack of forewarning, High Commander. The Admiral wished to address Momo personally. We are no strangers to conflict. Long have the Sahagan and the kobolds plagued our people, nor is this the first time we've had to address a primal threat. In the past, when Titan rose to threaten the peace, it was to the company of heroes we turned. But they are long since disbanded, and we must look to other brave souls blessed with the strength to face this foe. So it is that we turn now to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, confident in the belief that you are Limsa's best hope. I hope that you are right, yet the situation is far from simple. The kobolds are not prone to unprovoked aggression. Did not the Thalassocracy make a pact? Thalassocracy make a pact with the beastmen that each would keep to their own lands and that no blood would be shed? And was it not the Lominsons who violated this agreement, dissatisfied with their lot? Shall we then condemn the beastmen for defending their homes? Even a pirate must one day reap what she has sown. I would advise you to choose your words with greater care, Lady Y'shtola. Stand down, High Commander. She has the right of it. And the wrong is mine. Freely do I claim it. Yet it makes little difference. Remorse will not shield us from Titan's wrath. Or would you rather have us fall upon our swords? My apologies, Admiral. The safety and security of Limsa citizenry are, of course, a paramount concern. Mind you, Y'shtola's not from here. She was raised and educated in Charlayan, which is a completely neutral company. So she's coming into this as an outsider, and therefore is going to have a different point of view. Versus someone like Thancred, who, if I remember correctly, grew up in Thanalan. He intimately knows it. So, it's a different point of view with each person that you speak with us in the Scions. Already, we've observed disruptions in the flow of ether further inland. The effect will be felt here in the city ere long. I ask much of you, I know, but the need is great. Can I count on your help, Mama? You have my thanks, along with the full support of the Maelstrom. I await good tidings. That the kobolds should summon Titan demonstrates that they are no longer amenable to negotiation. This being the case, we must needs prepare for conflict. Before we meet Titan in the field, however, it would be wise to learn all that we can of our foe, and I can think of no better source of information than the mercenaries who defeated him once before. The company of heroes may be no more, but several of its former members still live. It is said that one of them is employed at the Grey Fleet Mills in the lower Lenosha. Quite why a mercenary should choose to become a miller, I do not know. When you find him, maybe you could ask him for me. I, meanwhile, shall seek his fellows. Damn. There is no teleport except down here. So I should instead go to the Tempest Gate. Whew. Sorry about that. It was a bit of a day. Okay. Oh right. I have him out now. Hee 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 hee. Scruffed like a kitten. This place is so pretty in the day. Hello. Goodbye. I'm sorry, what was your name? Baddie Babe. Yeah, I get it. Gooboo, my beloved. Mossless. Oh, that kind of tracks. So, when you see the gooboos that have moss, they don't have, like, their plants grow on them because they're kind of like playthings, sort of. And they move very slowly. Anyway, on any gooboos that have moss, their stuff was only like nubs if it grows at all. But since there's no moss, this guy has a bunch of bigger plants. That's such a tiny, clever way of creating new versions of the same beastie. And then, of course, the ones that are in snow zones don't have any growth at all. Excuse me. Another in need, I'm sorry. You're about to start a chain of a lev, rather. That is like level 10, and I'm not dealing with that. Y'shtola. The Company of Heroes is the most celebrated mercenary band in the history of Eorzea. Even so, I must admit I have never before met one of their members face to face. I imagine that a warrior who toppled both Titan and Leviathan would seek to bask in a lifetime of fame and glory. Yet he seems to have settled in a place distinctly bereft of adoring crowds. Lay down your burden. I'm not even gonna try to sing this. Lay down your burden, son. Come drain a pint with me. We'll have a grand old time. Find ye a lass or three. Gonna say something, Venture, or just keep staring? Huh? You wanna know about the Company of Heroes? Ah, hells, price of bleedin' fame. Can't a miller mill in peace no more? Still, seeing as you've come all this way, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to oblige you. Consider yourself lucky, lass. Old Trachtoom was the company's best axeman. Now, what was it you wanted to know? Tales from the Titus Slayer. Trachtoom is eager to regale you with the stories of his glory days. Gahaha! So you want to hear the tale of how the Company of Heroes bested a primal, do you? Let me guess. You mean that bastard Titus, huh? Oh, if only you'd been there to see it. 'Twas a mighty struggle, like the legends of old. Me and the boys fought him for 3 days and nights, so we did. The ground trembled with every step Titus took, and when he hit you, girl, it felt like a cannonball to the gut. Ugh, just like that. Oi, what's that look for? I'm a goddamn hero, I'll have you know. The people around here singing me praises. Don't tell me you're the only care about learning about the secret tactics we learned to beat old Titus. My bean just nods. Well, too bad, because now I'm not feeling charitable. If you're so damn desperate, then why don't you go do me a favor and kill those rats that have made a nest by the windmill just south of here? Aye, do that and we'll talk. Oops, I zoomed in too far. That's no good. Rat nest. squeal pierces the air. There we go. Oh hey, Rat King! Does he have a... Please tell me, does he have a little crown? Oh my god, he does! No, never mind. I thought it was... man, it wasn't a crown. I just thought it was a crown because of his big old ear. Oh well. What use would a rat have for a crown? Even if it would be a tiny, cute little crown. Eh? So the beasties are dead, are they? Nice work, adventurer. Save me the hassle of... never mind. Sky blue dye. Epsilon. There we are. Hungry, hungry goo-boos. Trash Tomb appears to be ignoring you. What? You still asking about how we beat Titus? I don't know, adventurer. It was a pretty risky strategy, the kind only a veteran of 10-score battles could rely upon. I wanted to teach you, I truly do. But unless you prove that you have what it takes to face that fat bastard, I can't in good conscience tell you a damn thing. At the very least, you need to be capable of slaying, say, a goo-boo. Come to think of it, that ain't a bad idea. Then creatures have a taste for the flower milt here, so you ought to have no trouble finding one in the vicinity. Of course, I ain't asking you to cut one down quick as a skilled axeman like myself. Any road, why don't you try heading along due west and standing lookout in case a goo-boo comes calling. Slay it, and I might consider telling you more about Titus. Uh-huh. I love these guys. The dodos are so silly looking. Goo-boo Farmer. What does that mean? Do you farm, good sir? With those arms? With those weird, tiny, like, three-fingered hands? Again. Then that goo-boo that was harassing the millers is dead? Didn't think you had it in you, adventurer. Still, you took forever and a day to get the job done. I'm still not sure if I should tell you our secrets. I'll take the money. Oh hey, goo-boo fang. You can use those to make things. And that blue is gonna go with my other blues. The Limonson Way. Trash Tomb remains unconvinced of your readiness to defeat the dreaded primal Titus. So, as I was saying, I don't know if you got what it takes to face Titus. Maybe if you slew, Trash Tomb, you in here drinking again? If you are, that goo-boo had better be dead. Oh, it's dead, Chief. You have me word on that. Cleaved the beast's skull in two with my trusty axe, I did. Is that a fact? And what will your friend here say if I ask her? She'll vouch for me, of course. Ain't that right, friend? Tell me true. Was it Trash Tomb who slew that goo-boo, or was it you? Chief? What are you saying? It's me, Trash Tomb, the finest axeman ever to serve in the company of heroes, the legendary mercenaries who slew that bastard Titus. Titus? Titus? Who in the seven hells is Titus? Some primal you fought in a drunk, sodden dream? The company of heroes slew Titan, you bloody half-wit. Well, see, Titus was what me and the lads used to call him. That's the biggest love Sahagitra I've ever heard. both of you, outsider, will learn the truth the Laminson way. Trachto, if we didn't slay that Gubu, you may consider your contract revoked. I'm uncomfortable with the fact that all of that was just above my character's head. Oh. They call me a working man. I reckon that it's what I am. Drinking under the chief's nose, sneaking out the back door, and no one will ever know. You are bold as a box of brass, bud. Destroy the boulders. Alright, you know the rules. First one to smash their boulder will be judged the Gubu Slayer. And don't even think about trying to kill me. That's cheating. Who picked these boulders? They're nothing alike. Ah, hells with it. Let the contest begin. I could attack him if I wanted to. He's a possible target. I love how his epithet is Trachtoon, Powder of Seas. Oh, you see how he's attacking me now? How you doing, lass? Feel a bit stiff by any chance? Heh, only killing's against the rules. You're still at it? Bugger me. 'Tis likely we've got one of these. A bomb. Really? If I don't attack it, it might not blow up. Alright, I admit it, I lied about being in the company of heroes, but I'm begging you, Chief, please don't dismiss me. I've learned my lesson, honest I have. Save your blubbering, Trachtoon. Gods, I should have known. Mercy, please, I didn't want to receive you, I swear. It's just that I keep getting turned away by all the folk I ask for work, and I panicked. See, the last job I had was at Costa del Sol, and there was this grizzled marauder everyone treated like royalty. When I heard he was a captain in the company of heroes, I finally understood why. I wasn't being serious when I said I was one of them, but you wouldn't believe me, so I... Look, his name was Whiskate, alright? Whiskate. He'll tell you how to defeat Titus, or whatever the hell is that thing's name is. That's what you wanted, ain't it? So come on then, tell the chief to forgive me, it's only fair. You are mentally a child, sir. Alright, let's go say hi to Whiskate. Ooh. Labs. Okay, I gotta unlock those. Because if I don't do it now, I will regret it later. Nektar, the Adventurers Guild representative for local guild love quests in Costa del Sol, is seeking an adventurer to undertake guild loves. Are you looking to make yourself useful? I'm Nektar. Sorry, a representative of the Adventurers Guild. As the love meet stationed here in Costa del Sol, it is my duty to match capable adventurers to the tasks that come in from the locals. I'll start loading you up with dangerous fieldwork immediately, but I'm required to assess your suitability for handling the sort of threats you might encounter. Take a good look at the task outlined in the skill lab. Are you willing to try your hand at this trial? Underfoot. Last evening, on his nightly walk through the jungle, Master Gigi Ruju was assaulted by a beetle who shrewdly maneuvered himself directly under Milord's bare left foot as he stepped down onto the sand. Needless to say, the fast master was infuriated and has since ordered the slaying of every creature in the area so no other may experience the suffering he did. Adventurers are sought to carry out his orders, and, as always, money is no object. Very well. I'm certain you're already aware of this, but you'll likely encounter hostile creatures in the area. Be sure you're properly armed and armored before beginning your task. But, since I'm, well, the main story quest is in the same direction, so let's do that first. Hello. Sometimes I question if opening the flying shark was the right decision, but if I wasn't bowing and scraping to some pretentious Ul'dan merchant, I reckon I'd be doing the same to Count de Zymo. That may have suited my father and grandfather, but I've aspirations for a better life. So, the Zymo family is from Foundation, from Ishgard. So he came here all the way from Ishgard. Dang, time's really flying tonight. They've got a new ad that starts in 4 minutes here. Pardon, you wish to slay the Lord of the Crags? We must slay him, Captain. The people of Limsa are depending upon us. You fancy yourselves heroes, then, just like in the tales? Be not so quick to judge. Long have I labored for the well-being of you and yours, and my associate here was bathed in Ifrit's hellfire and lived. She is blessed with the power that protects her from their primal influence. Thus was she able to lay low the Lord of the Inferno. We know full well the risks and have taken every possible precaution. We lack only the knowledge of how to enter Titan's lair. Pray be so good as to grant us the boon of your wisdom, and we shall be on our way. A woman who can't be tempered. Useful, but it will not be enough. It is true that the company of heroes fought and felled primals, but each victory was bought with the lifeblood of brave men and women. And Titan was the worst we faced. Aye, we defeated him, in the end, but he took from us some of our very best. Even if you possess the power you claim, I have no reason to believe you will succeed. Believe what you will, we mean to try. Though our lives be forfeit, we will not abandon Limsa to the wrath of Titan. You are passionate, I'll grant you that, but... And you deserve better than the greeting I gave you. But I will not send you into Ogomoro on a whim. To be plain, I do not wish to see that you give your lives in vain. At the very least, I must have assurances that you are more than common adventurers. I oversee security for Master Gigi Ruju's estates. Perhaps you can demonstrate your abilities by attending to one of our... Ye gods, man, have you heard nothing I've said? We've not the... Sorry, give me a sec. I need a drink. We've not the time to perform trivial tasks. The enemy is at the gate. Do you imagine words can sway me, girl? If you dislike my conditions, you are welcome to find your way into Ogomoro. Though it pains me to admit it, I fear that we have no choice but to acquiesce to the man's demands. Yet much remains to be done if we are to best Titan. Forgive me, but I must ask you to undertake this task alone. I'll use the time to see to the remaining preparations. Leaving the dirty work to others, are we? Very well. Pray do whatever the good captain bids, however trifling. Remember, the fate of Limsa hangs in the balance. And thus begins one of the silliest and most divisive chain quests in A Realm Reborn. 90% of people I know hate this quest series with a passion, but it is one of my favorites because it's just so silly. Nix that. Whiskey would first... Oh! Hi, Nikuragashi. Oh, that's right, I was just gonna call him Nico. Whiskey would first like to verify that you are not a complete fraud. Master Gigi Ruju's request can be more demanding than you realize. Before I send you to your true task, I would like you to verify that this won't be a waste of my time. Anyx has recently been seen prowling the beach to the east. As you can imagine, my master does not want large slimy creatures anywhere near his lands. The beast is cunning, but you should have no difficulty luring it out with a herring. Slay the Nyx and return to me. Oh, and don't forget to bring me a leg as proof of the kill. So I'll go talk to him so you can see him. The dude we're talking about is, I think he was originally from Thanalan. Gigi Ruju. He's a rich bastard of a Lullafell. And he loves sexy women and wine. Oh, I think that ad is about to start. Sorry, Nico. These small islands, I don't remember if they didn't, I don't think they used to be here at all. Because you could not swim for a long time in this game. Not until some of the later expansions came out. Fattened herring. When used as bait, a fish this size is sure to attract even the largest of beasts. Look at the fish. Oh, that's right, I forgot what Nyx's were. Inflated Nyx. I mean, yeah, he's probably eating off of all the crap that gets thrown away by the, because this Gigi Ruju is a rich bitch, and he basically built Coastal del Sol to be a luxury, resort town. You know, as it is in basically any game that includes Costa del Sol. Well, did you deal with that Nyx? Nyx leg. Almost as large as an outgoat leg, but several times leaner. Lest you think me being overly cautious for testing you in this way, you should know that we had an incident not long ago. A foolish young employee was dismissed for lying about his past. He claimed to have served in the company of heroes, but I knew for a fact that he did not. It's the same kid. Anyway, now that the pointless busywork is finished, I shall give you a challenge as befits your talents. More pointless busywork. Ooh, glamour present. A modest proposal. Wiske has an important mission for you. Two highly distinguished individuals are scheduled to arrive to visit Costa del Sol in the near future, and Master Gigi Ruju wishes to welcome them with an elaborate banquet. But while money is no object, not everything Master Gigi Ruju desires can be so easily purchased. It is to be an extremely exotic feast, and so, Momo, your mission is to seek out and obtain the rare ingredients our chef requires. Naturally, such fine dining must be accomplished with a suitable wine, and by suitable, I mean the very best that there is. That, however, can wait for the time being, as I believe we have enough on your plate as is. It will be a long and arduous journey, but you need not toil alone. Many of the mercenaries who once served under my command still live, and they will guide you in your quest. For the first ingredient, I would have you travel to the South Shroud and speak with Lantinel at Camp Tranquil. What? Do you mean to tell me that you cannot afford to waste time as your associate did? Adventurer, if you have not the endurance to complete this mission, how do you expect me to believe that you can outlast the Lord of the Crags? Either do it or don't. I have work to do. Thank you for putting up with the ads, my dears. Okay, before I leave this area, though, I'm gonna go finish this lab. unable to open map at this time. Map here. What's going on? Map. Map? Okay, alright. Oh! I'm so dumb. Well, I don't know why it was giving me that error, but the truth is, that's not what I was looking for. You're supposed to do it the other one. Apkalu Collar. Flying Sardine is the name of one of its attacks, and that's adorable. I'm sad that we have to murder these cute little guys. A Bloodshore Snipper. Well, you're a big bastard. So, if I'm remembering correctly, one or more of these shell items literally has no purpose in game. I'll have to check that after I'm done doing this lev. Oh hey! Potion of Intelligence. No, I'm just gonna eat that. Bloodshore Eyesore. Sounds about right. I'm gonna empty my inventory next time I'm at a main town. And I had meant to cast my glamour as well. Ooh, a unsightly buffalo. Night Milk! Our free company on the other server is named after that. I forgot that it's the buffalo near here that dropped that. As I expected, you managed the task without too much difficulty. Don't forget to collect your reward. Boop. See? I knew that the trial was a waste of time. I have plenty of other tasks that hardy souls such as yourself should have little trouble with. Costa del Sol welcomes your continued cooperation. Yeah! Now let's see, which of these? I think it's the red one. Oh no! It can. Wait. Oh, that's toad leather. Okay. I mistook this for being a red megalith crab shell, because those used to drop from enemies, and those were literally useless. There was, I shit you not, no use for them. I believe you can make a couple of armor and or weapons from this, though. A crab bow and a horse shell. What was that again? Crab shell hora. So 2 weapons. Not the best item, but also not the worst. Okay. Actually, let's go to Bredania first. I would like to put all this junk away, as I do dislike having a full inventory. It makes me feel itchy. Let's see. Well, first, let's cast. Where is it? Yeah. There we go. Oh, my beans, a couple of my beans, did their baby's first live. And I got honey and money. Let's reassign you to that. You, I'm giving the food items, so... What do I have you having? Nothing yet, I don't think. Oh, so each one of these retainers is named after a sweet, but also a color. This is my orange gal. I think it was like orange pudding or something I named her after. Akampan is red bean bun, basically. Kimia dango, it's a type of dumpling. Did I not decide who I was giving what? Hanami wagashi, it's, I think, another type of dumpling. I'll figure it out. Right now I'm just showing these to you. Ramune-o is basically just blue Ramune, is what I called her. Because she's my blue. Oh, I didn't... Dum-dum, you weren't even checking what she was holding. Okay, this is what I was looking for. She's holding all of my junk that was dropped by an animal. You go with you. Let's see, Murasaki Mo. Oh yeah, you were my purple. You were the alchemy stuff. And Shiro Daifuku is white, mochi stuff. Alright. All of that can... Oh, that's right, I want to turn these... Oh, I was debating whether or not I want to turn these into glam. I'm gonna put you in here instead for a bit. You are gonna go over here. Because if I put you away in somebody's inventory, I'm gonna forget about you. For the record, I have way too many retainers. These guys are a direct result of me doing a lot of crafting on my other characters. Did I yep, I forgot. Can I give you any of my current gear? Yes. It's ugly as sin, babe. Sorry. Bye-bye, Bean. Alright, let's... So... Everything I'm pulling out right now is below my level, and I don't want to keep it. I want to give it to my free company, because they will get... I will get, Grand Company points for turning this stuff in. Problem being, the game won't let me do that right now. For whatever reason. I don't think I have unlocked that ability yet. Meaning, rather unfortunately, I'm stuck with a bunch of this crap until I can get rid of it. But if I move it over to this tab of my inventory, it isn't going to bother me as much. Final Fantasy XIV Inventory Management Simulator. Okay, I just got the Dragoon one. Good. I don't think I have any other class. Nope, I haven't made any attempt to do the other classes. Because I'm focused on story, baby! Landinel. Do you require assistance, adventurer? So, this is the one who would challenge Titan. I've been expecting you, Momo. The ingredient you seek is the egg of a giant adamantoise. The method of acquisition should be obvious. You steal it from the beast's nest, of course. Simple in theory, but difficult in execution. Most who try die in the attempt. Will I help you to get it? You amuse me. I will not jeopardize my position by openly assisting you. From me, you will receive only information. What you do with it is your choice. Trial by turtle. Landinel needs to explain a few things to you. Let me be clear. This business between you and I, and the captain, must remain a secret. See, I don't regret my time spent with the company in the slightest, traveling the world, meeting uninteresting people, killing them. It was all jolly good fun. Alas, Gridarians are, by and large, an unforgiving lot, Dito here being a rare exception. I've had to go to great lengths to ensure that I am seen as a model citizen with no taste for drinking, whoring, gambling, and all those other activities I so dearly miss. So, understand that if you ruin my little charade by wagging your tongue, I'll fashion a noose from your entrails and hang you from the nearest heavens pillar. Well, what are you waiting for? There's a perfectly good adamantoise egg in the nest to the east of here, just ripe for the taking. Not that I expect you to live long enough to claim it. The mother never strays far from the child, and you will surely be attacked the moment you lay hands upon the egg. There will be other heroes, Momo. You do not need to challenge Titan. Abandon your quest or your corpse will rot in this swamp. Planning on taking a jaunt around Roots Lake, are we? Well, do take care and enjoy yourself. I shall see you when you return. Rather, if you return. See, that's the thing, these adamantoises here are harmless, unless you provoke them. Can't say that much for those bastards. Sorry, Adamantoise Mama. You are completely in the right here. If I had any other choice. Oh, I thought it was gonna have me carry it like it does sometimes with some of the, these little quests. Ooh. Ooh, do you hear that? I've got, like, directional audio on, so I just heard a bunch of thunder, like, specifically in my left ear. That's a nice touch. The directional audio and whatnot. I thought you might have the good sense to leave this place. By your continued presence, I take it you intend to persevere to the bitter end. Giant adamantoise egg. An exceptionally large egg with a seemingly unbreakable shell. When it hatches, the baby adamantoise that emerges will likely be as large as a hound. Ah, such bravery, such recklessness. That will serve you well against Titan. Leave the egg with me. I'll see that it gets to the captain. You should make haste to southern Thanalan. In Forgotten Springs, you will find a man named Uod Nun. He will be your next guide. Safe travels, Mama. Oh yeah, I think he's the Tia of the town. So, I think I babbled at length at one point about the world building with the Mikote. The Mikote that live in the near Redania, those are female-dominated tribes, where like the male, I think, so the females usually have a two-part name, and the males, their name will always be based on the mother's name. And the men are like not valued as highly. And it's sort of similar. It's similar but in the opposite direction for the people here. The nuns, the Tias and the nuns are the ones in charge. And everybody's name is related to whatever this dude's name is. Or maybe, I think that's how it works. Like all the other ones, their names are going to start with U apostrophe. And this happens with a bunch of the different tribes. Like there's the M tribe. Y'shtola is technically of the same bloodline as these, not bloodline, but the same sort of type of Mikote as this. Because she's from a clan where the main Tia's name began with a Y. Y'shtola, and her sister Yamitra is the same. State your business, adventurer. Haha, so this is the one Wiskayet sends me. I haven't the foggiest what he sees in you. And until I do, you will receive no aid from me. I wish I could roll my R's because he's rolling his R's. There. The perfect prey. Ode Nun wants you to hunt the most dangerous game. Persistent bugger. Very well, let's have a look at you. You've seen your fair share of battle, there's no mistaking that. And you did manage to obtain the Adamantoise tag. However, that was not more than a display of brute force and blind courage. The Nun I once fought also believed that his strength would save him. He was wrong, and now I am Nun. Many years ago, I joined the company of heroes to hone my skills instead of challenging my predecessor before I was ready. Even when I was young, I understood that victory goes to the patient, the cunning, the pragmatic. That is why I claimed my position, and it is why I still hold it, and it is why I will not help an unproven whelp. The children of the sands do not offer aid to strangers. To do so is a sign of weakness. However, if you were recognized as a skill hunter in your own right, it would be permissible to aid you. Across the desert to the east lies an Amolja encampment. There dwells a warrior renowned both for his strength and his guile. To even face the Amolja in battle, you must first find a way to lure him away from the encampment. This will be your test, to draw out and defeat the veteran. For this, I will offer you no advice, only this worn spear. Why, you ask? You will have to solve that riddle yourself. Now go, slay this old warrior, and bring me his necklace. Sorry. I always get, weirdly, a little turned around in this town, even when it's so small. Was that a lady? No. That was... Because I know there's ladies in the hot spring. There's also a creeper NPC that's being a peeping Tom. The only peeping Toms in here are Tias and Nuns. Oh, so to clarify, the Nun is the one who's in charge. Tia is a male that is not yet in charge. I'm pretty sure their names turn into Nun once they battle somebody for dominance and become the Nun. And I actually don't know if the names are related to the same name of a specific Nun, because then they would have to change their names. So I think it's just like the Y tribe, the M tribe, whatnot. Bloody Gursarm, a trophy claimed by Old Nun from the dying hands of an Amalja warrior. Oh, where's the thingy? Okay. This sandworm is gonna try to eavesdrop, I just know it. Stone Spike Tanadga. Achoo, motherfucker! Try catching up. Can I get there directly? Oh yeah, the springs do go here. Tell me, adventurer, is our old nemesis dead? Crude necklace. A confusion of teeth, bones, and claws strung onto a piece of leather. Supposedly, from the pattern in which the items are ordered, other Amaja can glean the name and rank of the wearer's necklace. Necklace's wearer, rather. 'Tis a fine necklace, as befits a veteran of countless battles. It will make an excellent trophy. The spear. It belonged to one of his brothers. I knew when he spied it from afar, he would be unable to resist venturing outside the encampment to see it for himself. Did you discern my intent, or was it dumb luck, I wonder? Either way, you impress me, adventurer. I shall tell you of the ingredient you seek. Money. When the worm turns. I keep thinking Ulda Noon, but no. Old Nun is finally willing to tell you of the ingredient you seek. A shame we did not meet when I was still in the company of heroes. You would have made a fine recruit. But no point dwelling on what cannot be. You have a Welwook worm to hunt. Sandworms slither brazenly across the desert dunes, but Welwook worms are far fewer in number. Rarity breeds demand, and so their meat is highly prized as a delicacy. The only way to catch your quarry is to entice it with something it cannot resist. These worms prey on the smallest creatures of the Segoli. A freshly slaughtered angler carcass would be my choice of bait. There's an area teeming with anglers to the east. I'll mark it upon your map, along with the location where Welwook worms are most frequently sighted. Be warned, the blood will drive the worm into a feeding frenzy. If your skills are lacking, it will devour you as well. Nah. I'm good. Oh, I was expecting it. Okay, so over here on the map there's water. I would expect to find an angler there, and in fact, I think I can. However, there's also anglers in the middle of the desert. You're a fish! What are you doing here? Sir, do you know you're a fish? But they're passive 90% of the time. Even if they are freaks of nature. I don't know that I can imagine eating a worm. Rotting angler. A few more bells under the sun, and this fish will turn ripe as a fairy apple. Well, with worm. Scusi, ladies. I still haven't decided on what color I would eventually want to make Nico. Maybe a brown of some kind. Like a light brown, maybe? You look well. Have you caught your quarry, then? A large round slice of well-looked worm, white meat. Your skills as a hunter rival those of our best. I applaud your success, Momo. The meat will need to be heavily smoked before I ship it to Whiskate. Worry not, you have my word that he will receive it in time for the banquet. You must be eager to obtain the third ingredient. I regret to say that I know not of its location. Further not, you should return to Costa del Sol and seek Whiskate's counsel. Ah, but hold a moment. Since you will be meeting the captain again soon, there is something I would like you to deliver to him for me. There and back again. Wood Noon would like you to deliver a gift to Whiskate. The captain was always fond of this brandy wine. I would be grateful if you could deliver it on my behalf. I was a reckless, angry youth when I first joined the company, and he would have been well within his rights to cast me out. Everything I have, I owe to his wisdom and generosity. I, Whiskate, was a firm yet fair teacher, an expert molder of men, and I suspect that is still the case now. Please give him my regards, Momo. So I'm going to do my best to keep going until I get the next notification for a new ad, at which point I'm going to go to bed. But let's see. Well met, Momo. Landon Ud Noon spoke highly of you. What brings you here today? Onyx Brandywine, a deep caramel-colored spirit made from twice distilling fine red wine and then aging it in a rosewood barrels for at least 30 summers. Ah, my favorite. I shall have to thank the Noon personally. Now you have but one ingredient left. Fortunately, you will not have to travel to Aldenar this time to obtain it. Oh, I forgot. The things we do for cheese. Whiskate would like to tell you about the final ingredient needed for the banquet. Truth be told, I never intended for you to collect this last ingredient. Brayflox, my old quartermaster, wished to bring it to Costa del Sol herself. However, not long ago, she sent word that there's been some trouble at Longstop, and that the delivery would be delayed indefinitely. She told me nothing of the incident herself, but I fear the situation may be dire. Though I would like nothing more than to aid her myself, I have no choice but to turn to you and your allies. Make haste to Hidden Falls docks, and speak with Ozun Nazun. He will direct you to the Raincatcher Gully, where Brayflox and her people will have made their home. Okay. Second thought about my plans for tonight. I may simply have to keep going until I'm done with this storyline. Not the full storyline, not fighting Titan, because that actually takes even longer. But maybe this, because there's one dungeon and I think a little bit more busy work. I have been saying I want to try to do slightly longer streams. Listen, what's the hurry, Venturer? Something happened over at the Gobby settlement? I don't know why you're so eager to help a bunch of beastmen, but go and talk to the skipper over yonder. She'll ferry you to Raincatcher Gully. I don't know, because there are people that maybe deserve help. We're going to Raincatcher Gully. Are you coming along? Yes. Brayflox all talks. Oh man, that means I'm gonna have to read fucking Goblin Speak. I hate reading Goblin Speak. Oh, you piece of shit. Alright. You lose your face privileges. Oops. I attacked the wrong thing. Can you stop? Tongue flaps of Whiskayet be reaching ears of Brayflox. Uplander is come for tasty fresh gobby treats, yes? Quest prize of Uplander deep in Longstop. Flighty beast chase Gobbyflock from homes. Gobbyflock needs goodly Uplander give you safe... let me try that again. Gobbyflock needs goodly Uplander give safety to Longstop with much hand lending. Jesus fucking Goblin Speak. Alright, one more dungeon today. We're in Jurassic Park. Ross. Thank you for popping in. Sorry for being quiet. Got locked in on my art again. But I've been listening the whole time. Let me ask if you ever done any good crossover events like the Golbez and Kafka battles. Yes! Those are a ton of fun. I'm not very good at them, but they're a ton of fun. I think I'm... Okay, yes, that's still locked, so I gotta run and locate the key. But yeah, those are part of the Omega Trials, if I remember correctly, which are in Stormblood, the second expansion. I enjoyed them. Port 14 to Switch 2. I don't know. Is it on Switch 1? I mean, Sony has partnered with Nintendo to do stuff before, but I'm uncertain. I'm not sure of the well, I don't know much about the hardware expectations for the Switch 2. Gobby fucking danger. Uplanders take gate key. Open head gate. Thank you, small friend. Is this your little house? Okay, no, it's a little storeroom, but look at it. Oh, this is precious. We have to protect them at all costs. I legitimately think that one of the struggles they might, one of the issues they might fall into, trying to port any MMO to the Switch or to a handheld, is the resulting intense limitations of the amount of button combinations you can press. But then again, that people do manage this on controller, so I'm not sure. It's not a Switch rumor, Sony need to partner. Sony doesn't own. Why did I think it was made by Sony? I think because I've only ever played Final Fantasy games on PlayStation, and my brain linked the two of them together. No, but you know, you're right. Alright, the ads go first, as always. I don't know, my brain gets stuck on shit sometimes, I think. in the way. Oh, I thought there was something to pick up. I'm dumb. Ah, that's a gun. Did I just... Nintendo is partnering with Sony to make the Zelda movie that's coming out, though. I think I'd heard that, yeah. Am I going the right way? Nope. Kindly Uplander, Gobbyflock needs quick hand lending. Amateur's ring. Yeah. Uplander save, Gobbyfolk. Huzzah! Haha! Oh, they're cute. Oh, these are proper houses. Oh, they're cute little fucking village. These guys are jerks for causing problems for the gobbies. Sorry if that was loud. Look how precious this is. Land handy, land handy! Hand lending, rather. Hello, Gobby. Where's... Okay. sorry. I may or may not have almost fallen asleep just then. I have no sleep. I am a tired creature. Hey, leave Grey Fox alone. Grey Fox is a fighter, is capable of fighting, but is more their quartermaster, keeps charge of the supplies and stuff. She can defend herself if need be, though. Alright, back to the big guy. Oh, Grey Fox. Babe, what are you doing? Did she heal me? Oh, she's trying to use a bomb. Oh, she's so cute. There we go. Good job, Grey Fox. Victory for Grey Fox. Long stop is now not overturning. Aww. Mud stop water gush. Goodness, these names are adorable. Surf F. These guys do look kind of cowabunga. Bunga. Rather. Alright, one more ad coming in about 2 minutes, 45 seconds. Which direction are we going? Why was that not in the map before? Oh, never mind. This isn't the same place, so it looks the same, but it's not the same. On the map, I mean. should have looked harder for these little slabs. What the fuck? I swear there was a weird visual glitch just then. Oh, this is a mini boss. I legitimately didn't even notice. Oh geez, the bubble's bad. I forgot that the bubble's bad. Guys, please, the bubble bad. No, bubble. AoE bad. Oh no. Oh no. At least I can hit it myself. Even if I am weaker than usual when I'm in that thing. Okay, that's just rude. Why is it? Oh. Alright guys, thank you for your patience with the ad break. I really do appreciate it. Actually, these guys are a little squishier, so... Wait. Oh, no, I don't think I missed anything. It's a dead end, isn't it? Yes. Oh. What do you know? It's the guy who gave us trouble halfway here. Atar. limit break. Yeah. Pad. Interesting. Do I have... That skirt is better than the one I have. So... Reflux. Goody Uplander has thanks of Gobbyflock. Righty Beast was tricksy foe, but Uplander outwitted with plans making. Uplander has goodly head for fighty think. Reflux happy gives tasty fresh gobby treats to clever Uplander. Cheese is stinky sweet gobby treat. Special maker with secret gobby arts. No party complete without gobby gouda. Brave flocks ever say. Psh. I love that we risked everything to get some good gouda. It was this moment where most people declared that they hated this quest. Sniff, sniff. I gather you solved Brayflock's little problem? Goblin cheese. The pungent odor of this hard yellow cheese veined with blue-green mold is most comparable to the warm, damp boot of a zombie after stepping in ripe chocobo dung. Goblins claim it is a delicacy, but then again, they have their masks to filter out the aroma. By the gods, that unholy stench! This is, definitely goblin cheese. Judging from the smell, this should be quite flavorful. How is it made? Ah, it's best you remain ignorant of such things. I still remember when I learned what kind of milk they use. That's not worrisome at all. What do you mean you forgot the wine? Whiskayet would like to congratulate you on a job well done. Bravo, Momo. Thanks to you, our guest shall be honored with a marvelous banquet. But what good is an exotic feast without an equally exquisite aperitif? Luckily, I know just the person to ask. Make your way to Wineport and seek out Shamani Lomani, another former member of the company. All you have to do is give him this order slip. He'll take care of the rest. Oh, and if you're wondering if this is merely a ploy to test your patience, I assure you I do actually need that wine. And while you're there, give Shamani Lomani my regards. Iko Pachu. There was that one session I spent running like all across the map to fill out my map, and it was worth it. This makes it worth it. What is? Oh, that's treasure hunting. I'll deal with that later. Or unlock that later, rather. Sweat, grime, and blood. Aye, you reek of blood. An adventurer, unless I am mistaken. What brings you to Wineport? An order made out to Wineport Vintner Shamani. An order. Let me guess. A request for the finest vintage I can muster. The paper smells of lemon perfume, Costa del Sol, and there's also the unmistakable odor of goblin cheese. Yes, Master Gigi Ruju would not settle for anything less than the best. Durst Whites and his crew must be quite busy preparing for an exotic feast, hence his decision to rely on an adventurer. Ah, but perhaps you're confused. This display of deduction was not intended to impress you. When one loses his vision, he is forced to compensate in other ways. But, well, you've no interest in my affairs. You wish only to discuss the wine, I suspect. An offer you can refuse. Shimani Lamani would like to discuss wine with you. Life can be so delightfully unpredictable. I always had a passion for wine, but it wasn't until I was forced to retire that I could pursue it as more than a mere hobby. It wouldn't have been possible if not for the savings I amassed during my time as a mercenary, of course. Say what you will about the nature of work. None can deny that it pays well. Ah, but you grow impatient, and Whiskey must have his wine. Herein lies the problem. Nothing in my possession is of sufficient quality for this occasion. The best vintages in town are hoarded by the Beer Glant, who owns and operates the largest winery in Villebrand. Somehow, I doubt that he'll be receptive to your request, but given the circumstances, we must needs beg of his assistance. Okay, there's two, so there's... Give me a sec. Okay, so there's the levs of this area and the one to unlock the maps. What rank amateur bottled this wine? The impurities have rendered it nigh undrinkable. Dismissal is too good for the man responsible. He should be made to drink every drop of this polluted swill. What is it? I am in the middle of an important discussion, and I do not care for interruptions. That neophyte vintner bid you speak with me? Ha! Neither you nor your friend has the palate to appreciate the subtle qualities of my private stock. I would sooner serve you Gubu urine than sell you my worst vintage. Be gone from my sight. Jackwagon. I take it he said no. Really? In those words? Well, I can't say I'm surprised. While there's no denying his passion and skill, the wine baron of Limsa Laminsa is not a man known for his tact. Very well, we shall have to take an alternative approach. It won't work. Shimani Lamani has another bright idea. There is a chance, however small, that another resident of Wineport can furnish us with a suitable wine. In fact, had you come several years ago, I guarantee that this would not be a problem. Alas, the quality of our product has declined significantly in recent years. The only breeds cultivated these days are common lowland grapes, which isn't to say that their grapes are of poor quality, only that we have known better. Long ago, the vignerons of Wineport crossbred several species and produced a grape-bearing vine of never-before-seen quality. Bacchus grapes were once the pride of this town, as they were used to produce vintages which surpassed all others. This included the most aromatic, the most complex, the most flavorful of all wines. Aye, the legendary Bacchus wines were once born right here in Wineport. Pardon my enthusiasm. You see, I once had the privilege to sample that particular wine. It was an otherworldly experience. In that moment, I felt as though I had tasted the nectar of the gods themselves. I had transcended my mortal flesh and was one with all creation. But as is all too often said, the calamity changed that. The Bacchus vineyards were completely destroyed, along with much of the existing stock of Bacchus wine. What little remains is closely guarded by its owners, for it can no longer be made. If we cannot convince Bierglant to part with his wines, our next best option, as ridiculous as it sounds, is to find someone who has a bottle of Bacchus wine and to offer them every gill we can spare. I've heard rumors that one of the vignerons tending the vineyards might have once owned a bottle. Perhaps you could start by speaking with them. Hello. What? Do I have Bacchus wine? I wish. I never had the chance to try it myself. Sorry, friend, but you're a few years too late. must admit to not being particularly fond of wine in real life myself. Like, it's not bad. It's just not my thing, really. How do I get up there? Ah. You don't jump down, is what you do. Bacchus wine? Bah, don't remind me. Used to have a cellar filled with the stuff. Thought I could keep the wine safe from thieves and the elements. Never counted on a bloody primal blowing up my goddamn house. Poor thing. No luck, huh? Most regrettable, but we had to try. Ah, but Bacchus wine would have been perfect for the occasion. Though I must confess, my certitude could be due in part to my personal history of the beverage. It is, after all, the very reason I decided to become a vintner. After Titan blinded me in our battle beneath Ogumoro, I fell into a deep depression. It wasn't until I tasted Bacchus wine for the first time that I realized that there was still so much that I could experience, even in my condition. It helped me to find a new direction in life. It breaks my heart to think that wondrous ambrosia which once filled me with hope may be forever lost to us. You over here. Give a man a drink. Shamani Lomani appears to be deep in thought. I must say, this talk of Bacchus wine has made me rather nostalgic. Indeed, there is much I miss about my life with the company of heroes. After everything the captain has done for me, I could not bear to disappoint him. Have no fear. I swear that I shall find a solution for the wine, a suitable wine for the banquet, though I may need some time to think of a solution. In the meantime, there is a favor I'd ask of you. 2 years ago, in the deepest of my despair, I stumbled across Villebrand as a vagabond drunk. I suspect I was looking for a place to die, because I very nearly found one not far from here. It was there that a man named Dress took me in and nursed me back to health, and it was he who gave me my first taste of Bacchus wine, which helped me find my new calling. Though I am still a novice in the arts of winemaking, I would like him to know that I am pursuing my dream. This wine is my own original creation, and I would be grateful if you delivered it to him in my stead. Dress sometimes works at the Raincatcher Gully docks, so maybe Ritzskild can tell you where to find him. Sorry about the delay. Oop. I'm getting all turned around. Oop. Hello. Dressed? Oh, you mean the hermit. I tossed him a few gil when we needed an extra pair of hands. He doesn't talk about himself, and I sure as hells don't ask. When a man's got a face with scars like that, you best leave him well enough alone, I say. If you even mind to see him, and I didn't read the rest because I hit X too fast. Ah. The machine, its cadence is almost like breathing. You no see me. You no see me. You have no peripheral vision. You no see me. The severed sting. What do you want? Shamani Lamani's first attempt at winemaking. At least the name sounds legitimate. Lomani Rosso. So, Lomani read. Wine? I didn't ask for this. Who sent you? Ooh. Poor thing. Dress is suffering from extreme duress. That weight. Can't sleep. They won't let me sleep. The midges, the buzzing, it keeps me awake. I never want to hurt anyone. I won't fight. I don't want to fight. Please make the buzzing stop. Make the midges go away. Man's got a point. Mosquitoes suck. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure this fella is a deserted soldier. And, yeah, a deserted soldier that's seen a lot of corpses would have problems with the sound of flies, wouldn't they? From having seen battlefields and such. Oh, what am I doing? There's still a bunch more I gotta kill. Oh my god, the sound it makes is even better in water. What am I doing? All this time I could have had help. Oh well. My baby is here now, and that is what matters. Mildewed Gubu. Him big. This shit pretty. I'm gonna be real, it's a lot prettier at night. What with the glowy stuff. It's not so loud anymore. Did you do that? Thank you. You helped me. Even after what my comrades and I did to your country. We were on a reconnaissance mission when the Maelstrom caught us by surprise. We tried to escape, but the others, no one else survived. I didn't ask for this, damn it. I'm not even Garlean. They conquered my lands just like they conquered yours. I don't want to die in some blasted jungle halfway around the world. I just want to go home. Battle scars. Drest appears to be in greater control of his facilities, or faculties rather. I wish to thank Shamani for the wine. that was overly kind. Would you be willing to bear a gift back to him? Earlier today at Red Mantis Falls, I collected the sap from nearby palm leaves. If placed in coconut shells and stored for a few bells' time, it makes for a fine wine. See, it should be ready by now. I left 3 shells out there. Please, take them to Shamani for me. I'm glad he's moved on with his life. I hope to one day do the same. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. I am Sneaky McGee. Oh, hi! Oh, oh. Not too far away. Michael. Can you fuck off, Mr. Gigantoad? Thank you. I could have just teleported. Oh well, too late now. Is that a mount? It's huge. Neat. Oh. Not you. Shimani. It's been some time, Momo. What news do you have of Dressed? Palm wine. Sap of palm tree fermented inside an ocean coconut shell. Far more potent than wine made from grapes. Palm wine, if brewed too long, can cause loss of eyesight or even death. Like ethanol, folks would sometimes get moonshine and whatnot. Yes, I did recall he did have some knowledge of winemaking. A simplistic, but nevertheless effective method that utilizes the natural properties of palm sap. I shall have to enjoy this batch before it spoils. We are not so different, Dress and I. 2 men who have long struggled not to let our scars define us. I worry that he's been alone with his thoughts for far too long. Aye, it is past time I paid him a visit. Thank you for looking after him, Momo. Shamani Lamani is brimming with glee, and he wishes to share the reason with you. It was a very good year. By the gods! Momo, listen, I know you're eager to wash your hands of this wine business, but I've just discovered something extraordinary about Dressed palm wine. He sealed each coconut shell with a leaf which has a very distinctive shape and unusual order. I thought I was going mad at first, but I'm certain. These are the leaves of the Bacchus grapevine. Do you know what this means? Somewhere in Raincatcher Gully, the legendary vine still grows. If we could obtain a cutting, we could revive the Bacchus wine industry. We must know where Dress found these leaves. Heck, take one of them back to him and see what he remembers. This is much easier once we have flying. Wrong way. love this mouse so much. The tippy-tappy of his little feet bring me a great deal of joy. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. You're supposed to go here, but we have to go this way. Oh, hello again. What is it? A broad green leaf from a thought to be extinct Bacchus grapevine. It's just a leaf, isn't it? I only chose it because it was pretty. Didn't know it was rare. I found them near the Juggernaut to the south, but I didn't see any grapevines. I saw fresh gubu tracks, though. Maybe the leaves came from vines growing on the back of one such beast? If you go looking for it, please be careful. Some gubos are more territorial than others, and you might have to defend yourself. Fun fact, gubos will canonically eat lalafels. And, you know, pure and stuff too, but they're specifically, in several fates and other descriptions, a clear statement that they will just straight up eat lalafels. Hello, Shesmu. Jeez, his sneeze gave my chocobo slow. See, here's the thing. The gubu do not look naturally formed. They look like somebody was fucking around with Play-Doh. Look at his little butt. Look at his weird nips. Look at his giant dumb face. Look at his long arms. He's perfect. Truly, a work of art. Nope. Shara, you can just teleport. Goodness. What did Dress have to say, Momo? Tell me everything. A cutting from a Bacchus grapevine, a variety of sweet wine grape thought to be long extinct. Aha! I was right. This smell, this texture. I hold in my hands a Bacchus grapevine cutting. Come now, enough of this nonsense. I've heard talk of your discovery, and I refuse to believe that the common adventurer and a novice vintner could... 12 as my witness, it is a Bacchus grapevine. Wherever did you find this fantastic specimen? What? You would offer this to me? But why? There is none better positioned to reconstruct the Bacchus vineyards than you, Master Bergland. You have the resources, the knowledge, and the passion to do so. It would be selfish of me to keep this cutting. I never knew that you cared so deeply about your craft. Thank you, good sir. I will not squander this gift. In just a few years' time, I swear that every tavern across Eorzea will once again be clamoring for a cask of Wineport's legendary Bacchus wine. Sir, you needn't. Sniff, sniff. Wait. The shape of this bottle, the scent of this label, this couldn't possibly be a 1547 Bacchus. But that's impossible. This vintage has not been seen since years before the calamity. It was the crown jewel of my personal collection. For years I debated opening it, wondering if today or tomorrow would be the ideal time. But now I realize that it was never meant for me. It should be savored by the saviors of Wineport, I say. He has made us an offer we can't refuse. Master Gigi Ruju will find no finer wine. You have forever changed Wineport, Momo. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. But do not permit me to delay you any longer. Pray deliver the wine to Captain Whiskayet. Well, yes, I would very much like to drink it. But I am a patient man. I have faith that one day I shall have another opportunity to taste perfection. You gotta come to the party, Shamani. It's within riding distance on a chocobo. Oops, wrong way. Your prolonged absence was beginning to concern me. So, what of the wine I asked you to bring? A vintage wine from the year 1547 of the Sixth Astral Era. Is that 7 hells, a 5047 Bacchus? Even I know how rare that is. I have to admit I didn't think you had it in you. But congratulations, Momo. Thanks to you, this will be the most luxurious feast Costa del Sol has seen in years. Considering the lengths you went to, I hope our guests appreciate it. Speaking of which, your associate arrived a short while ago. She appears to be growing somewhat impatient. Perhaps you could tell her that the banquet is about to begin? We get a Gubu minion. Gubu Sproutling has been known to attack kittens for no apparent reason. A bad boy. Let's use it. And then... Minion. Gubu, Gubu, Gubu. To achieve their cyclopean size, Gubus must maintain a daily diet of several times their own weight. Luckily, the beastkin are not finicky eaters and will consume almost anything they cannot outrun them. If rumors are to believe, this includes Lalafels. I told you! I told you! Okay, give me a sec. I am taking a screenshot of this. I am collecting all mentions of Lalafels as food for other creatures. I'm collecting screenshots. Because I find it deeply amusing. Oh, Y'shtola. In the company of heroes. Y'shtola's concerned for your well-being. Oops, sorry. You have the look of a woman who has been to the 7th hell and back. That a guest should be expected to supply the victuals for a banquet held in her own honor. And this while the shadow of Titan looms above us all. It beggars belief. I can only applaud your stoicism. Had I been asked to endure such ignominy, I fear I should have accepted my lot with less grace. Lady Y'shtola, Lady Jagaimo. I love how he refers to me by my surname, but he calls Y'shtola by her first name. 1,000 pardons for this extreme discourtesy. I was wholly unaware to your true identity, madam. Had I known, I would never have permitted my man to subject you to such unspeakable ordeals. Come now. She must have sensed something was amiss. You didn't seriously think I would send you running the length and breadth of Eorzea for a banquet, did you? Spare her your mockery, Captain. Your intent was unclear to me until this moment, and unlike me, Momo has no knowledge of your traditions. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten her. Aye, fair is fair. There's no sense hiding it any longer. We 5 were chosen by our brothers and sisters, and before the company of heroes disbanded, we each swore a solemn oath that any who would follow in our footsteps must be weighed and measured, not by their reputation, but by their deeds. Each man would judge those would-be godslayers in his own criteria. Even if one found her wanting, she would be rejected without a second thought. But if she proved herself worthy, we swore that we would do our utmost to support her cause. The world has ever been full of brave souls eager to give their lives for a righteous cause, but all too few capable of making a difference with their sacrifice. To send wave after wave of hapless adventurers into the jaws of a foe against whom they have no hope of victory is worse than futile. Titan is not to be challenged lightly, and we will not be complicit in the deaths of the unworthy. Which is why the 5 of you deigned to test Momo with such commendable thoroughness. Time well spent, I am sure. But tell us, Captain, what is the assessment of you and your fellows? She's a brave one, that much is certain. She willingly walked into the midst of danger, despite my repeated warnings that it could cost her her life. Her skill is undeniable. She stalked her prey as relentlessly as any child of the sands, and struck with a precision where an opportunity presented itself. Too many adventurers these days care only for fortune and glory. Momo, however, was as a kind and generous soul. I am certain that she has no shortage of loyal allies who would gladly fight at her side. Willie Uplander is talentful plansmaker, tricksy foe for mighty Rockman. I can only concur with my colleagues' assessments. We 5 of the Company of Heroes hereby judge you a worthy challenger. Cast down the Lord of Crags, Momojigaimo, and write a new chapter in the history of Eorzea. With the formalities out of the way, let the festivities begin. Summon the dancers, pour the wine. Eat, drink, and be merry, my friends, for today we celebrate the birth of a new legend. Momojigaimo, Titan's Bane. Momojigaimo, Titan's Bane! Are they gonna tell me what they made with what I brought? Because I'm sorry. Some cheese and like 2 other ingredients does not a feast make. Greetings, Momo. I thought it fitting that I seek you out and offer my gratitude for all that you've accomplished. Bronze-skinned beauty. Oh, let me talk to the others first. Seeing everyone again like this brings out such fond memories. I wonder if any of them would be interested in reforming the company. Brayflox. Tasty fresh treats are plentiful in belly of Brayflox. It feels wonderful to be with the others again. I wish this day would never end. Oh. His dialogue is not related to this. I forgot to talk to the folks up here first. It has been too long since I last set foot outside Forgotten Springs, passing the time with old friends and old wine. Aye, today is a good day indeed. Please conduct yourselves with dignity whilst visiting Costa del Sol. If you behave inappropriately towards other guests, I may be forced to carry out punitive actions. It's so funny that if before you actually meet him and do this quest, that is his dialogue. So there's no personalized dialogue for this party. That's so funny to me. Congratulations, sweetling. Now relax and enjoy the show. It's only just begun. Neat. exquisite exotic feast. Looks like soup of some kind. Pasta slash soup and what looked like almost like a casserole? Maybe like a cheesy, what do you call those really, like scalloped potatoes? Tasting the exotic feast triggers a divine revelation. In that brief transcendent moment, you glimpse the true form of reality, comprehend its fleeting nature, and cry out to the heavens in celebration. Okay! Damn! When you face the Lord of the Crags, think not of Limsa, Eorzea, or anything beyond his chamber. Think only of the men and women. My apologies. Think only of the men and women by your side. Damn, I missed the last bit of that. Keep clicking too fast. Goodly Uplander must be facing mighty Rockman with clever fighty think. Gobby Flock cannot be coming to rescue this time. Ah, Mama, you brave fool. Promise me that when you meet Titan, you'll look him in the eye and tell him Landon sends his regards. You are a veteran of countless battles, Momo. This is but one more. Trust in your experience and you will prevail. You are blessed with fortitude to rival the Earth itself. Titan will struggle to break you, I think. Stola. You are kind to indulge them, Momo. This banquet is as much for the company as it is for you, whatever they may claim. I do not deny they mean well, but now is scarcely the time for celebration. Though they have all but pronounced you the victor, the battle with Titan is yet to begin. The hour has come for the good captain to make good on his promise. We must speak with him again. You know what, actually, I think this is a good spot to stop it. This way, when I join the game next time, I can just start the mission here, and that way folks aren't missing like half of an introduction. Okay, oop. I appreciate everybody who popped by tonight. This was nice. Sorry for going kind of sleepy halfway through. It's been a long day. And, you know, slightly elevated and all that jazz. Who is online? Deku is doing some Rivals of Ether collab with Otterly. That's a good choice. Sonic's doing Power Stone Returns. Glitch Kitten's doing Pal World. Let's go say hi to Deku. Deku's always a sweetheart. But yeah, guys, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm gonna get the rest of the New Horizons crew together, and we are going to do a little bit more Hatoful Boyfriend. So that's gonna be a ton of fun. I appreciate every one of you who came by tonight. Thank you for joining me. And then next week I'll try to have the schedule up on my Blue Sky and whatnot by the end of Sunday. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. Take care, stay safe. Until we talk again, have a good one. Now let's go say hi to Deku.